future AI overlords. I'm using Google Bard in Safari, and we're learning about artificial intelligence and how it's going to affect our lives. And I want to explore some of the core concepts of artificial intelligence, but I want to use the AI to explain it to me at different levels. So the first level here is explain deep learning to me like I'm a 5-year-old child.
Sure, I can try to explain deep learning to you like you were a 5-year-old child. Imagine you have a big box of Legos. You can build anything you want with those Legos, like a house, a car, or even a robot. But how do you know how to build those things? You have to learn how to put the Legos together in the right way. Deep learning is a lot like that. It's a way for computers to learn how to do things by looking at data. For example, you can train a deep learning model to recognize different kinds of animals by showing it pictures of animals. The more pictures you show it, the better it will get at recognizing animals. Deep learning is a very powerful tool. It can be used to do all sorts of things, like translate languages, write different kinds of creative content, and even drive cars. It's still a new technology, but it's already having a big impact on the world. Here's a simpler explanation. Imagine you want to teach a computer to recognize cats. You would show the computer thousands of pictures of cats, and then you would tell the computer which pictures are cats and which pictures are not cats. The computer would then learn to identify cats by looking for patterns in the pictures. Deep learning is a way of teaching computers to learn by themselves. The computer doesn't need to be told which patterns to look for. It can figure out the patterns by itself, just by looking at a lot of data. I hope this helps.
That definitely helps. I think that's a really fantastic explanation. It blows me away that, explaining these concepts at a 5-year-old level is actually very powerful. It's very meaningful. It puts it in a different light. Let's raise it up here and ask, explain deep learning to me like I'm a college student.
Sure, here's an explanation of deep learning for college students. Deep learning is a type of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks to learn from data. Neural networks are inspired by the human brain, and they are able to learn complex patterns in data. This makes them very powerful tools for tasks like image recognition, natural language processing, and speech recognition. Deep learning models are trained on large datasets of labeled data. For example, if you want to train a deep learning model to recognize cats, you would need to show the model thousands of pictures of cats, and you would need to tell the model which pictures are cats and which pictures are not cats. The model would then learn to identify cats by looking for patterns in the pictures. Deep learning models are very good at finding patterns in data, but they can be difficult to train. The training process can be slow and computationally expensive. However, the benefits of deep learning can be significant. Deep learning models can achieve state-of-the-art results on a wide variety of tasks. Here are some of the benefits of deep learning. Accuracy. Deep learning models can achieve very high accuracy on a wide variety of tasks. Scalability. Deep learning models can be scaled to handle large datasets. Generality. Deep learning models can be trained to learn from a wide variety of data. Here are some of the challenges of deep learning. Data requirements. Deep learning models require large datasets to train. Training time. Deep learning models can take a long time to train. Interpretability. Deep learning models can be difficult to interpret. If you're interested in learning more about deep learning, there are a number of resources available online. Here are a few of my favorites. Deep Learning Tutorial. Link to www.coursera.org by Andrew E. Deep Learning with Python. Link to www.manning.com by Francois Chalet. Deep Learning for Coders. Link to course.fast.ai by Jeremy Howard and Rachel Thomas. I hope this helps.
It definitely helps. I really like this explanation. It provides some simple references, but then dives into more of the complexity. I like how it is showcasing the benefits and the challenges. And I also liked how it provided the URLs, but it didn't actually say all the content with the URLs. It's sort of like, yeah, we know you can click on URLs. So let's take it up another level. Explain deep learning to me like I'm an expert in computer science.
Sure, here's an explanation of deep learning for computer science experts. Deep learning is a type of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks to learn from data. Neural networks are inspired by the human brain, and they are able to learn complex patterns in data. This makes them very powerful tools for tasks like image recognition, natural language processing, and speech recognition. Deep learning models are composed of multiple layers of artificial neurons. Each layer of neurons takes the output from the previous layer and transforms it into a new representation of the data. The final layer of neurons produces a prediction or classification for the input data. Deep learning models are trained using a process called backpropagation. Backpropagation is an iterative algorithm that adjusts the weights of the artificial neurons in the model to minimize the error between the model's predictions and the ground truth labels. Deep learning models can be trained on a variety of datasets, including images, text, and audio. The size and complexity of the dataset will determine the size and complexity of the deep learning model. Deep learning models have achieved state-of-the-art results on a wide variety of tasks, including image recognition. Deep learning models can be used to identify objects and images with high accuracy. Natural language processing. Deep learning models can be used to understand the meaning of text and to generate text. Speech recognition. Deep learning models can be used to recognize speech with high accuracy. Deep learning is a rapidly growing field, and there are many new research directions being explored. Some of the most promising research directions include self-supervised learning. Self-supervised learning is a new approach to training deep learning models that does not require labeled data. Instead, the model is trained to predict the next element in a sequence or to predict the missing elements in a corrupted image. Transfer learning. Transfer learning is a technique for using a deep learning model that has been trained on one task to solve a different task. This can be done by fine-tuning the model on the new task or by using the model as a feature extractor. Explainable AI. Explainable AI is a new field that seeks to develop deep learning models that are interpretable and transparent. This is important for ensuring that deep learning models are fair and unbiased. I hope this explanation is helpful.
This is amazing. This is very, very helpful. It definitely geeked out. I loved its explanation about backpropagation. I thought that was fantastic. And also, transfer learning is something I'd never heard about. That's really cool. Explainable AI, that's something that we've all really wanted. We want to understand the rationale behind what's happening in the decision making, which will make an AI seem more clear and understandable. And sometimes getting to a decision for humans, it isn't just the output of the decision. It's how did you get there? How did you make that path? That's the exciting thing for me about AIs is it's going to help us to think in new ways, deal with complexity, and we can learn from that, significantly improve complexity that these AIs can handle that humans just can't. It's very exciting, and thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned something. I know I did.